Hey there, my name is Sarah. I'm a naturopathic doctor practicing in Toronto, Ontario. This week is Naturopathic Medicine Week, so I thought I'd make a video sharing 6 things that I love about being a naturopathic doctor. Number 1, you get to blow people's minds. So there's this guy on YouTube and he posted a video of his 97-year-old grandfather reacting to his first time riding in a Tesla. It's a super cute video to watch because his grandfather just reacts perfectly and he's just wowed and amazed by the existence of electric cars on the road. And his cuteness went completely viral in 2017. The video has almost 14 million views right now. Now, why did such a simple video like an old man reacting to a Tesla become so viral? I think it's because we all enjoy seeing the wonder and awe people have when they learn new information for the first time. And this is the very thing that I really enjoy about being a naturopathic doctor. I get to teach people things that they never knew before. There are a lot of people in the world who don't know anything about health and wellness and how their body works. And it's not because they're stupid or ignorant, it's just that they have different priorities in life. They might be too busy raising their kids or focusing on their job, which has nothing to do with healthcare. It takes people to feel unwell to prioritize their health and realize they should learn more about how to live a healthy life. So when they come see me, a lot of information that I share is completely mind-blowing and stuff that they have never known before. And I don't have to explain very complex and detailed things to blow people's minds. It's actually some very simple stuff, well, things that I find simple that blow people's minds. For example, when I talk to people about diets, a lot of people think that they're eating healthy stuff, but then I kind of tell them that the stuff that they're eating isn't as healthy as they thought. For example, I have a patient who's rather overweight and diabetic, and she wants to try to lose weight and manage her diabetes. When I asked her what does she eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, she shared with me that she eats Nutella on bread every single day for breakfast. And I told her, Nutella isn't diabetic friendly. It's loaded with sugar and you're just putting sugar on top of sugar because bread breaks down into carbohydrates, which is sugar in our body. And she was mind blown by this information because she thought this whole time that Nutella was healthy. And that's the power of marketing for you, because Nutella is marketed as being part of a healthy breakfast, a healthy balanced breakfast. But for a person with diabetes and who is significantly overweight, Nutella is not good. You should not eat Nutella. Well, at least in moderation, you can eat Nutella, but not something that you eat every day for breakfast. And then there are some things that are more complex that people really appreciate knowing and understanding. For example, blood work. People get their blood drawn all the time, but when they see the results, they have no idea what the results mean. And it's fun to sit down with them and explain what each lab test is testing for and what it means about the state of their health. And then some patients, they think that they have one problem when they actually have another problem, and they are mind blown by that as well. For example, someone might come in saying that they have weird tingling sensations in their pinky and ring finger, and they'll say, I didn't do anything to my pinky, like I didn't hit my hand on anything, I didn't smash it in anything, I don't do much with my pinky at all. I don't know why I'm feeling these sensations. And after I do some orthopedic tests and check their range of motion, I share with them that it's actually not a problem with their pinky or their ring finger. It's more of a problem with their nerves, and their ulnar nerve is being irritated up in their neck or somewhere in their arm. And that's mind-blowing information because people don't generally know the anatomy of where their nerves go, and it's really interesting for them to learn that something that could be happening here might be a result of something happening up in their neck or their shoulder. So as a naturopathic doctor, I get to share things about health and wellness to patients, and it's really fun to see them learn and be amazed by things that they didn't know before. The second thing that I love about being a naturopathic doctor is that I get to live multiple lives. And this is important because I don't have much of a life outside of work and being a hamster mom. The only way I get exposure to the outside world beyond these clinic walls is through my patients. Because my patients, they are so different from each other. They come from different countries, they have different lines of work, they have different hobbies, they practice different religions, they eat different foods. So while I provide treatments like acupuncture or cupping therapy, and after we are done talking about everything health related, we talk about a whole bunch of other stuff and a whole ton of stuff that I have never been exposed to. For example, I have never had any interest in going hunting. And I don't think that I will ever go hunting in my lifetime. But a lot of my patients do enjoy hunting a lot, and they tell me all about it. Well, they tell me about all the different equipment that they use. In the year, you only have a certain amount of time to hunt specific animals. And some patients have given me a play-by-play of what it was like to hunt down a big animal like a moose. So that's an experience that I will probably never have personally, but it's fun to live vicariously through other people and hear what it's about and what it's like. Also, since I talk a lot about diet and nutrition with my patients, I have to ask them what they eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is when I hear about a whole bunch of different cultural foods that I've never heard of before. I have a lot of Indian patients, and they have told me just countless things that they eat that I have never heard of before, so I have to constantly be Googling these recipes to find out if my patients are getting a good balance of macronutrients and micronutrients. So that's another thing that I discover about the world through my patients. So as much as I'm teaching them about health and wellness, my patients are constantly teaching me a ton of different things about their line of work and their religious practices and what they like to do in their spare time. And I know that they are all things that I probably will not have time to try and achieve in my lifetime. So it's fun to live vicariously through people. Number 3, you become the chamber of secrets. It's hard for people to open up about their vulnerabilities to their friends, to their family, and especially to complete strangers. But when you're a naturopathic doctor, you get to spend a full hour with someone during their first appointment with you. And if you're able to hold a safe space for them to talk and express themselves, they will tell you a lot of stuff that they've never told anyone before. You get to hear about people's true feelings about their work and coworkers. You get to know what they feel and think about their children and their spouse. You learn about people's greatest fears and vulnerabilities and about past trauma they have experienced in their life. And then you also learn about pretty interesting guilty pleasures and desires. Now, some people may feel really burdened by knowing so many people's deep, dark secrets, but for me, I really love learning about people's different thought processes and what makes people tick. And also, I want to be an outlet for people, especially those who don't have anybody to talk to about their deep thoughts and feelings. Because sometimes when people keep deep thoughts and feelings to themselves, keeping that secret can strongly impact their mental and emotional health as well as their physical health. So if you can be an outlet and be someone they can trust, be someone who won't judge them for the thoughts that they have, they're going to be more willing to share what's on their mind. And in turn, that by itself can heal them in a way that no medication or manual therapy can. And that's awesome. Number 4, you become the talk of the town. And whenever I see a new patient, I worry a lot about whether or not I'm doing the right thing for them. I plan out a treatment plan, I give the treatment plan to them, and then say, okay, let's follow up in 3 to 6 months so that I could make sure that things are going the way we planned. And then when 3 to 6 months rolls around and their follow-up appointment comes, sometimes patients don't show up. And when that happens, my mind goes crazy. I think about like, what happened to them? Did I hurt them? Did I say something bad? Are they feeling okay? Are they feeling better? I simply have no idea what's happening with the patient if they don't show up to tell me what's happening. So I'm just left to my own thoughts, and it's a mystery. But then sometimes there are moments when you do find out, maybe a few months or a year later, on how someone is doing. And you find out from somebody else. You might get a new patient and they'll say, I specifically want to see Dr. Sarah. And when you meet them and say, how did you find out about me? They tell you that their friend came to see you and you helped them, so they want to see you to get help as well. And that is something that is very rewarding. You not only are able to help someone with their own health and make them feel better, you actually get another opportunity to help somebody else because your first patient has told their family and friends that you've been helpful for them. And a lot of doctors, they get into the healthcare profession to help people, and it's very validating to hear that people know about you and what you can do through word of mouth. Yeah, so that's another thing that I love about being a naturopathic doctor. Number 5, when naturopathic medicine works when nothing else has. So I'm just going to speak from my own experience. In my experience, naturopathic medicine is often used as a last resort for people. A lot of the patients that I see, they first try out a whole bunch of different prescription medications in hopes that will help them. But after taking them for so many years, they realize it isn't helping them, unfortunately. Prescription medications help a large majority of people, which is great, but then there is a small minority of people where it doesn't work out for them. And so people will go to their family doctor, they'll be recommended medications, they'll try them out, they might have adverse effects or it might not work for them. Then they might get referred to a specialist, that specialist will recommend some things, those recommendations might not work, and then they get bounced to another specialist and another specialist and another specialist. And then maybe after 1 or 2 years of bouncing between doctors, patients are exhausted, they turn to the internet and they happen to stumble upon naturopathic medicine, and that's when they book their appointment to see me. And so I get a lot of these patients who have tried a whole slew of things and nothing has worked. And this can be very overwhelming because people expect me to basically work magic and be a miracle worker and make all their problems go away. But it's a challenge that I'm willing to accept every day, and I just provide what I have been trained to provide and hope for the best, really. And sometimes things just don't work. But then there are other times when things do work, and when that happens, it's absolutely amazing. So for example, I had a patient who was having a really hard time getting sleep. She would come to her appointments and be crying because she got 0 hours of sleep in the past 2 weeks. She was on a whole bunch of medications and she experienced a lot of different side effects like drowsiness, inability to think and concentrate. Sometimes she'd feel very dizzy to the point of falling over. So those weren't very helpful side effects, and the pros did not outweigh the cons because there was just mainly cons and she wasn't getting any sleep. So she came to see me, and basically what we did in my appointments was do a lot of counseling, a lot of meditation, and acupressure. And before you know it, after a half an hour of treatment, she often would fall asleep right in my office. Like, she would be out like a light. She'd be snoring and I'd have to carefully leave my room so that I'd let her get another half an hour of sleep. Like, she would just come into my appointments just to get sleep. She would book 2 appointments a week so that she could get at least 2 hours of sleep in the week. So it was great to finally see her get some sleep after she's tried so many options. Another patient had a lot of knee pain and he was stuck between a rock and a hard place. He loves running and hiking and going outdoors, but he has to take a lot of painkillers in order to do the things that he likes to do. His doctors were saying that he is a good candidate for knee surgery, but if he were to get the knee surgery, he would have to unfortunately give up hiking and running for a few years so that his knees could recover from the surgery. So he was debating between having to take excessive amount of painkillers for his knee pain so that he can continue running and hiking and doing all the things that he loves, or, deciding to put aside and stop all the things that he loves so that he can get knee replacement surgery and not have to take so many painkillers all the time. So he thought that there's no real solid answer for his knee pain. So that he came in to see me and I offered him acupuncture. I've been trained in acupuncture. I've been trained to use acupuncture for knee pain, and we decided, let's try it. Let's see if it will help you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, wonderful. And after only a few sessions, his pain was very well managed. It doesn't solve his problem. He's still bone on bone with his knees, but at least he got to take a break from having so many painkillers and be able to enjoy running and hiking like he did before. In the long term, he still will need to get a knee replacement surgery if he wants to not have long-lasting chronic pain, but at least at this time, in this moment of time when he's stuck between deciding between getting knee surgery and taking medications, acupuncture for now is his answer, which is awesome, and I love being the solution to those specific problems. Okay, last but not least, number 6. I love being a naturopathic doctor because it has taught me to value life so much more. When you work in healthcare, you obviously meet a lot of people who are suffering a lot. When you see this every day in clinic, it makes you count your blessing, especially when you see your patients do that themselves. Like, I have patients who just have so many health problems, but every day they wake up and they try their best to count their blessings. They try their best to see the silver linings in their life. They are thankful for the supportive people that they have in their life. They are thankful for their kids or their pets who comfort them. If those people who are suffering so much are able to be optimistic and thankful for what they do have, it's a huge influence on how I live my life. It makes me not want to take things for granted. It makes me appreciate my family and my friends. I appreciate that I'm able to walk and talk and hear and see properly so that I can maintain a job, so that I can do the things that I want to do with my spare time. Before I became a naturopathic doctor, I always compared myself to others. I would look on social media and see people go on extravagant vacations, have big houses, buy high-end clothes and purses and bags and shoes, and I think, oh man, my life kind of sucks. It's not that awesome. I'm a poor medical student, I have debt, and I got nothing going for me. But then when you get into healthcare and you see what is happening to other people, you look at your own life and say, wow, all those things like extravagant vacations, excess money, big houses, they aren't really important. What's really important is good health, being able to walk, being able to see, being able to hear, being able to eat and taste, hanging out with friends, talking to people, connecting with people. Those are the things that are important. It brings you back down to reality. This job makes you grounded, and I am very thankful for that. Puts life in perspective. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. It's completely free. I have a lot of new video ideas in mind. I just don't have too much time to pump them out as frequently as I'd like. So if you do want to see future videos and you don't want to have to keep on checking in on when I post them, hit the bell notification so that you will be notified when I eventually post my next video idea. Okay, thank you again, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!